Okay, so I'm about to inject it. Here's my injector. Now something I like to do, take a little Pam, spray it inside the actual injector because it makes it easier to go up and down, up and down. So let's go ahead. And start injecting. Need a fork?
Fine. Just do what you're doing.
Now one thing you notice about briskets when you inject them is they got canalways that, now I don't know what the actual real term is, but as you can see, it'll spit. Okay. So now we got this bad boy injected up. I don't like that. I'm gonna set this in the sink here real quick. Kind of want to look, kind of rub it around a little bit. Now we're gonna throw a binder on here. Do that, we'll flip it over real quick. That was interesting. Remember, like I've been saying in a couple of videos earlier, we don't really need a whole lot of this. We're just doing just enough to get the rubs to bind to the meat, especially on the fat side, which is going to cook itself down anyway. I do want to just a tick more though. Okay, so now you didn't see that. So we got salt. Now I'm just trying to kill this jar, by the way. I got plenty more. The reason we're doing salt first is we want to start bringing the fluid out initially. We want to give it that initial per se. Now we're going to bring our pepper. Actually, I don't want to do my pepper first. I want to do my garlic first. Sorry about that. Now we're going to do the pepper. I'm going to kind of do on the fat, on the back side, I'm going to do a little bit of a heavier on the pepper side on the fat, because I just want that to char down a little more. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit it with a little Himalayan sea salt. As you all know, I like my Himalayan sea salt. Give it a little spritz, lock that in real quick. Now our final two. A little bacon, because bacon makes everything better. And last but not least, this cherry rub I was telling you about. And let's lock it in just one more time. Flip this bad boy over. Maybe. Start the whole process all over again. Let me get a little mustard over here on this point. Okay, get rid of that. Again, we want to do a little bit of a heavier salt until we run out of salt and go to our brand new salt. Now, as you can see, I got almost kind of a white sheen onto it. That's where you want to be, because this is all going to cook down anyway. Throw our garlic on there. Get our pepper. Now, we're not going to need as much pepper on this side as we did on the other side. But we do want to get a decent little coating on it. Give it a little spritz. Just kind of like what we got going on so far in there. And the Himalayan sea salt. For those of you who use Himalayan sea salt, you know this is kind of a heavy hitter, but it's also got a great flavor. Our little bacon powder here, because everything tastes better with bacon. Too bad you can't get a whiff of this because it smells amazing too. And our little cherry rub. Put a little bit of extra oomph on this side because it's got a lot more penetration to do. And then we're gonna kind of spritz that one more time. And last but not least, I'm gonna hit it once more with a little bit of salt. Just a real light coat. It's mostly because I want the salt's a kind of a curing agent, so I want it to bring out the flavor. All right, I'm gonna go light the fire, let this thing sit for a little while, and get it going. Okay, so I'm looking at my little thermometer over here. It says 241. It got up there way too quick. So that means I'm going to be minding my flame all day long. I want to point something out. See how it's kind of darkish? That means I'm burning off some impurities. Here in about 10-15 minutes, those are all going to be gone. So I'm not wholly worried about them. I've got pretty good smoke. So watch out for the smoke plume here. So inside here, I've actually placed an aluminum plate, like an aluminum tin. What that's gonna do is that's gonna catch a lot of the juice that I'm gonna use later on. So we're gonna go ahead, put this bad boy on. Try not to burn our eyes, because that does happen from time to time. We're going to put this bad boy back on place. Also, what I've done is I've effectively burped the smoker. Knocked some of the, and I do use my apron as a towel, by the way. Knocked some of the heat off. That's a good thing because that means I can bring it back under control. And as you can see, what that actually did is that let off a lot of the bad smoke that was hiding up in here. And the color's starting to change to that nice bluish tint that we really, really want. So, looking at my thermometer here, can't really read it. It's reading at about 240. Now, ideally, I'd like to get to about 250, 275 and just hang out in there. But unfortunately, it's already 93 degrees today and it's barely 10 o'clock. So that means this thing's going to be cooking up around 300 and there ain't a thing I can do about it. So also be paying attention for those of you not using pellet smokers, which have a typically have a thermostat, or like a propane grill, which also does have a thermostat. If you're using pure charcoal with the thermometer on the side, you got to pay attention to the temperature outside because that's going to affect your cook.